The man desperately swam upward, finally breaking the surface just before suffocating. He quickly gasped for air. Turning his head, Ryan unexpectedly spotted two fellow soldiers who had also suffered the accident, but their condition didn't look good. Fortunately, besides discovering the wreckage of the crashed plane, Ryan also found two kayaks, so he dragged the kayaks over and successfully rescued the two comrades. But at this moment, Ryan didn't feel happy, simply because he noticed there was nothing but seawater all around, not a trace of land in sight. With nothing available to them now, they could only wait quietly for a chance to be rescued. By nightfall, the temperature dropped sharply. When sleeping, the men had to hug their arms and curl up in the kayaks. But soon, they were startled awake by strange bumping sounds. Looking into the water, they saw sharks circling them relentlessly. Too afraid to sleep, the three struggled through the night. Luckily, the sharks didn't harm them. Just like that, they drifted at sea for 3 days. Starved and weak, they could only lie hopelessly in the kayak. Then, a bird suddenly landed on the kayak. Seeing this ready-made meal, Ryan cautiously reached out, timed it right, and swiftly grabbed the bird's leg. Together, the three secured the food. The taste was truly unpleasant, but there was no other choice. They hadn't eaten for 3 days and nights. But the next moment, maybe raw meat wasn't so bad after all. So Tom used the bird's meat as bait and dropped it into the sea. After waiting anxiously for 5 hours, they finally caught a large fish. They eagerly devoured it. And so, relying on raw fish, they barely survived until the 18th day. Their skin was severely sunburned, and they could only try to stay in the shade. Photos of their families became their only mental support to keep living. One night, while they were all asleep, a sudden tsunami jolted them awake. They clung tightly to the kayak, praying for God's protection. Perhaps God heard their prayers. After the tsunami, all three survived. Their luck continued as a light rain began to fall. They opened their mouths, greedily savoring the water of life, and also collected rainwater for later use. Although the freshwater issue was resolved, they hadn't caught any fish for several days, so they turned their attention to the sharks. Ryan seized the moment, grabbed the shark's tail firmly, and yanked it upward. Working together, they hauled the shark into the kayak after a few tries. Ryan quickly took out a dagger and stabbed it repeatedly, until the shark stopped struggling. Even though the meat tasted terrible, they had no other option. By the 27th day, they were still drifting aimlessly at sea. In a daze, Ryan thought he heard the sound of an engine. He looked up at the sky. Sure enough, it was a low-flying aircraft. Seeing hope, he hurriedly pulled out the flare gun and fired a signal flare. Just when they thought rescue was near, the plane flew farther away instead. Just as they were losing hope, the plane suddenly turned back. However, they didn't know it was an enemy fighter jet. As soon as it approached, a barrage of bullets came raining down toward them.